I never made it, but I know what it takes. I'm motivated by a mix of emotion. Got my statement, and I'm reading it slow so I can understand it fully. Appreciate my standing, go out of this world.
Here on page 23, you will see two exercises. Exercise A.
Never in my life have I seen the sky light up like this.
Hello everyone again, welcome back to our online class. So today is Friday, right? And Friday is the last day of the week. How are you doing today? How are you doing? I hope you are doing fine, and I am doing fine too. So today is the last day of the week, and according to our schedule, the last day of the week, Friday, you are going to learn about what? About two subjects, right? So in the first session, you are going to learn about Listening Express 1, and in the second session, you are going to learn about Grammar Galaxy 1. So please prepare these two textbooks so that we can study together smoothly. Okay, so in the first session we are going to learn about Listening Express 1. And if you open your Listening Express 1 textbook on page 23, here on page 23, you will see two exercises, exercise A and exercise B. And today, in the first session, we are going to do these two exercises all together. Are you ready? So let's start now. So these two exercises you can see on the whiteboard here. So this is exercise A. There are three questions. Number 1, number 2, and number 3. And in each question, there are 4 answers, but only one that is correct. 3 more are incorrect. This is exercise A and this is exercise B. Exercise B and exercise A, the listening track are the same. So you will have to listen to the same listening track. The first one, okay, so now let's go to exercise A. A, listen and choose. So what you need to do is you have to listen to the listening track and then you have to choose the correct answer. So question number 1, question number 2, question number 3. Let's go to question number 1. What do they ask you? Number 1. Where does the conversation happen? Where does the conversation happen? So now we know that in the listening you are going to listen to a conversation. That's why they ask you, where does the conversation happen? And then there are 4 answers that you are given. Answer A, on the playground after school. Answer B, in the cafeteria at lunchtime. Cafeteria is the place that you eat food at school. C, in a classroom after lunch. And D, at a hospital on the weekend. So there are 4 answers, but only one that is correct. Before you can get the correct answer, you have to listen, okay? So let's go to question number 2. Why does Corey feel sick? Why does Corey feel sick? There are 4 answers. A, he ate too much for lunch. It means that during lunchtime, he ate a lot of food, okay? Too much food. Answer B, he got hurt playing baseball. So he is sick because he got hurt playing baseball. And answer C, he caught a cold from his cousin. He caught a cold from his cousin. It means that his cousin had a cold, had a fever, and then he caught a cold from his cousin. It means that when we are near each other, we can catch the cold from each other. Let's go to answer D. He didn't get enough sleep. He didn't get enough sleep. It means that so we should sleep 8 hours a day, but he slept only around 5 or 6 hours. That's why he feels sick. These are the 4 answers of question number 2, but only one that is correct. Okay, let's go to the last question. Where will Corey go after the conversation? So after the conversation, Corey will go to one place, but what is that place? A, to his house. B, to the hospital. C, back to his seat. And D, to the nurse's office. So before you can get the correct answer of these 3 questions, you have to listen. So now I will play the listening for you. Let's listen.
Real-time listening.
All right, everyone. Time to begin class. Please sit down.
Miss Jones, I don't feel well.
Corey, what's the matter?
My stomach hurts. I think I have a fever, too.
Come here. Let me check. Oh, you have a fever. How did you get so sick?
I think I ate something that made me sick. My stomach started to hurt after lunch.
What did you eat?
I had pizza, a hamburger, a hot dog, and ice cream. Maybe I ate too much.
It sounds like you did. Go to the nurse's office. She can help you.
Okay, I'll go now.
Okay, so now you have listened to the listening track of exercise A already, and it's time to check the answer. So question number 1, they ask you, where does the conversation happen? Where does the conversation happen? Is it on the playground after school? Is it in the cafeteria at lunchtime? Is it in a classroom after lunch? Or is it at the hospital on the weekend? So what is your answer? What did you hear? So you listen to a conversation between two people, right? A teacher and a student. A teacher and a student. So normally teacher and student, they always meet at what? So what is the correct answer? Answer here, answer C, right? In a classroom after lunch. So the teacher asked the students why he feels sick. Because at lunch, he ate a lot of food. Let's go to number 2. Why does Cody feel sick? Why does Cody feel sick? Is it because he ate too much for lunch? Is it because he got hurt from playing baseball? Is it because he caught a cold from his cousin? Or is it he didn't get enough sleep last night? So what is the answer? What did you hear? So that boy, Cody, he feels sick, and then he told his teacher. And then his teacher asked why he feels sick, and then he said that he ate too much for lunch. It means that during lunchtime he ate a lot of things. He ate pizza, he ate hamburger, he ate hot dog. There are a lot of things that he ate. That's why he feels sick. So the answer, the correct answer is answer A. He ate too much for lunch. Let's go to the last question. Question number 3. Where will Cody go after the conversation? Where will Cody go after the conversation? So now we know that the conversation is in the classroom after lunch between a teacher and a student, and we know the reason why he feels sick, because he ate too much for lunch. And now, where will Cody go after the conversation? Is it to his house, to the hospital, back to his seat, or to the nurse's office? So what is your answer? What did you hear? Will he go to his house? No. Will he go to the hospital? Maybe, but no, because at school in America, they have the nurse's office. It means if you are sick, you can go there. You don't need to go to the hospital. And C, back to his seat, it means that he go back to his seat and sit down and continue his learning. Or is it D, go to the nurse's office? Yes, D is the correct answer, because his teacher told him to go to the nurse's office because the nurse will look after him. So the correct answer is letter D. D is the correct answer. So now we have finished exercise A, but let's read again. Can you read question number 1? Yes? Where does the conversation happen? And the correct answer is C, in a classroom after lunch. After lunch. Let's go to number 2. Can you read question number 2? Yes? Why does Cody feel sick? And the correct answer is letter A. He ate too much for lunch. And number 3, where will Cody go after the conversation? And the correct answer is letter D, to the nurse's office. So now we have finished section A of our exercise on page 23. Now it's time to go to section B. So section B, as you can see on the whiteboard here, you have to read the instruction. So the instruction, they tell us listen again. So we have to listen again and then complete the summary. So here are the summary. There are 5 blanks, and you are also given 5 words here. They will like feeling, lunch, nurse's office, student, and fever. So you have to listen again, and you have to choose these 5 words to complete in these 5 blanks. Blanks number 1, blank number 2, blank number 3, blank number 4, and blank number 5. So before I play the listening for you again, let's read the summary all together. So Corey is a blah 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 in Miss Jones' 4th grade class. Today he is not blah 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 well. He has a stomach ache and a blah blah blah. Corey ate too much food for blah blah blah. Mrs. Jones tells Corey to go to the blah blah blah. So before you can get the correct answer, you have to listen again. So now let's listen all together.
Real-time listening.
All right, everyone. Time to begin class. Please sit down.
Miss Jones, I don't feel well.
Corey, what's the matter?
My stomach hurts. I think I have a fever, too.
Come here. Let me check. Oh, you have a fever. How did you get so sick?
I think I ate something that made me sick. My stomach started to hurt after lunch.
What did you eat?
I had pizza, a hamburger, a hot dog, and ice cream. Maybe I ate too much.
It sounds like you did. Go to the nurse's office. She can help you.
Okay, I'll go now.
So now you have finished listening to the listening track of exercise B already. Now let's share the answer all together. So like I told you earlier, there are 5 words that you are given, like the word feeling, lunch, nurse's office, student, and fever. So let's go to number 1. Corey is a blah 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 in Miss Jones' 4th grade class. So Corey is a feeling, Corey is a lunch, Corey is a nurse's office, Corey is a student, or Corey is a fever. So here we need noun, right? So Corey is in Mrs. Jones' 4th grade class. So what is in the class? Student. So the answer to number 1 is student. Corey is a student in Miss Jones' 4th grade class. Okay, so now we have finished number 1. Corey is a student in Mrs. Jones' 4th grade class. Let's continue. Today he is not blah 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 well. He is not. Oh, we have to underline student because we have to notice that we have chosen that word already. So today he is not blah 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 well. So he is not feeling well. He is not lunch well. He is not nurse's office well, or he is not fever well. I'm sure you know the answer, right? So today he is not feeling well. Okay, so number 2, today he is not feeling well. He has a stomach ache and what? A lunch, a nurse's office, or a fever. So today he is not feeling well. He has a stomach ache and of course, a fever. Let's continue. Corey ate too much food for what? For nurse's office or for lunch? So Corey ate too much food for lunch. But the question that I want to ask you is, what does it mean Corey ate too much food for lunch? Corey ate too much food for lunch. It means that during lunchtime he ate a lot of food. Okay, like example, I ate a lot of food for breakfast, or I ate a lot of food for dinner. Let's go to the last sentence. Miss Jones tells Corey to go to the, so the answer is already there, right? To go to the nurse's office. Okay, so now we have completed all the 5 blanks. Let's read again. Can you read number 1, the first sentence? Okay, very good. Corey is a student in Miss Jones' 4th grade class. Let's continue. Very good. Today he is not feeling well. Let's continue. Yes, he has a stomach ache and a fever. You know stomach ache, right? If you have a stomach ache, it means that your stomach pain is painful. Let's continue. Yes, Corey ate too much food for lunch. And the last sentence. Excellent. Miss Jones tells Corey to go to the nurse's office. So now we have finished exercise A and exercise B on page 23 of our listening express 1. And it is also time for us to go break. And after the break, we will continue our grammar galaxy lesson. So see you at 8:55.